Hi guys, this is a little bit of a different video. It's more of just a chatting video really quickly about 2022 goals and just some things that I am actually going to start rolling out in my, I guess, New Year's resolutions, and just a video to help inspire others if you're kind of on the fence, if you're wanting to think of a couple things that you can do, but you're not really sure how to go about it. I have all sorts of information in the description box below, as well as a couple custom like to know it guides that I came up with for New Year's resolution, New Year's goals that anyone can grab onto and possibly incorporate into their lifestyle. So we're going to talk about 2020, 2021, and then where I'm looking at towards 2022. Now, everyone got hit a really weird way in 2020. Pretty much everyone had to go on standstill for a minute. I think a lot of us discovered a lot more about how fragile not just the human race is, but also the environment. And a lot of us had this, I guess you'd say, blind optimism on the day 2021 came, we should all be back to normal. And I hate to admit it, we're not. I feel like we're far from back to normal. And I feel like, if anything, I feel the year 2021 has taught a lot of us more about the environment. I know there was a big summit that went on where we were hearing about all the different places in the world and how global climate change is affecting everyone. And I don't want this video just to be about global stuff. I am going to talk about other things in a moment, but I'm mainly mentioning the environmental impact because it is going to be a huge step in my 2022 goals for not just me, but for our entire household. We're wanting to focus more towards that, and I feel like that is the one thing all of us can take part in and all of us could work on. 22, I feel like there's a lot that everyone needs to do. Not just environmental, not just for the economy or eco-efficient this or oceans that. I'm not even talking about that. I think a lot of us, every single person has somewhere they can improve for 2022. If that's just better mental health for yourself, or maybe cleaning up and doing something a little bit more for your family and friends, or just taking more time out to help others. There's so many different things. Let's talk about my 2021 goals. I feel like this is a good thing to do, is to just tell you guys what I had the mindset of for this past year, and then mention if it worked or not, and where I regret or where I want to improve, or what I am taking from 2021 and continuing into 2022. I think this is also a really good raw way to show you guys that I'm not perfect. And I think that's very clear how imperfect I am, but it's just a way to be like, here I am, level with me. I have problems too. I have things I need to improve on as well. And my 2021 goals are as followed. I have them all listed out because, as weird as it sounds, I didn't blog about it. And that was my biggest goal for 2021, was to blog more. But I didn't even make a blog post about my goals. I had to dig through my Instagram stories archives, and I found them that way. So my goals for 2021 was to work more on my blog and my LTK and build a more stronger ground. It didn't work out. If anything, I think 2021, I discovered what burnout feels like. So I will talk about what I plan to do for 2022, but I did hit 2021 guns blazing. I'm going to be all about blogging, all about this, all about that. And I was doing a lot, but I didn't know what direction I wanted to go. I had so many different notebooks and planners and content guides for different things, from Instagram to LTK to my blog to this to that to this to that. I kept burnt out. So around 6 months into the new year, I did let a lot of stuff slip, and I kept telling myself, I'm going to pick it back up. I'm not going to let it slip. So I did not accomplish that in 2021. And another thing for 2021 that I wanted to do was read more books, and I have been. That is something I'm very proud of. I have been taking the time to read stuff, and I have been dabbling with the idea of signing up for a magazine subscription and having it come monthly to my house, because I just love the idea of just reading little articles, little tidbits, but not getting like that Facebook, like news report type stuff, but getting something that will feed my soul and it's something that I'm passionate about. So I'm thinking about signing up for a magazine subscription for 2022. That's just something little. It's not a goal or anything, but I have been reading more books. Home projects was another 2021 goal. We did a great job. We had a lot of Hurricane Sally damage. All this year we've been doing repairs, from getting all the leaks fixed on the roof, getting the chimney repaired, getting all the drywall worked out and figured out, getting the popcorn ceiling removed. And then there's a lot of little projects we've had. My last goal for 2021 was a new wardrobe. So whenever it comes to the fashion outlet, all this year I've been working on finding the best clothing for my wardrobe. And as of right now, I am really proud of how far it's come. And of course, it's mentioned in 2022, I'm going to continue working on it. I'm going to start finding more sustainable brands and brands that are actually recycling and upcycling products. And that's something that I'm going to be talking about too in a little bit into this video, because I love fashion, I love beauty, and there is a lot of good in the world right now. And I think us consumers are the people that needs to continue to spread it and uplift it. 100% honest right now, I only accomplished 50% of my goals for 2021. And I'm not upset about that. I learned a lot, and 2021 was a bit of a trying year. I have a very positive outlook on 2022. I think more people are trying to find better outlets and better ways to do good, and I just have high hopes for 2022, but I will own up to not being perfect in 2021. We did get a lot done, especially with the house. I did get a good stamp into my LTK profile and gaining some followers, creating some cool content, coming up with ideas. I did let the ball drop a little bit. It's burnout, and that's the thing. So let's go on ahead into the details of 2022. My goals and resolutions. I have quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think honestly like 5. I typically come up with 10. And I know that sounds like a lot, but some of them are so simple. The few that I've listed out here, I feel like are my heavy hitters that I wanted to touch base on with you guys. But there's lots of other ones. I'll have everything that I am hoping and planning to do listed below as well. There's going to be quite a bit listed. I might even have a blog post to direct you guys to and type up a really good blog post, because it might be more than the number of words I am allowed to put in a description caption for a video, because it's a lot. But I'll try to give out as much information as possible. And also over on my Instagram, I will try to roll out at the start of the new year some links to some websites that are really great, as well as some of my goals and how I'm planning to accomplish them this year. So definitely go hang out over at my Instagram if you're wanting to see more details into some of other aspects of my goals for 2022. Well, let's talk about them. The first one is, like I just said, continuing that wardrobe goal. So 2022, I am hoping to go into some new brands and try out some new brands. I love Abercrombie. Like I said, it's another video, another day, but there's other brands out there that I know that makes really good quality clothing, and other brands that also put more sustainable efforts towards their clothing, which I am a big fan of. So if you have any clothing brands that you think I would really enjoy, list them below, and I'll give a little look over at their website and possibly order some for a try-on haul in the future. The next thing, this is a really interesting one. I feel like a lot of us do this to ourselves, and this is where I'm wanting to try to make a change, and maybe someone out there watching this will hear this and say, I need to do that too. It's the goal to speak less negativity, and that could be interpreted so many different ways. Negativity as in gossiping about people, negativity directed towards people, like face to face saying something negative to someone. But for me, the negativity is all in here directed towards myself. I might not look at whenever I am doing my little try-on hauls, doing my little vlogs, or over on IG stories and my little Instagram feed post photos, I'm smiling, I'm happy, but deep down, there's a lot of stuff going on in here that I do to myself. And this is kind of off subject, but I have a friend who She's very dear to me. She does card readings from time to time, and she was on a Facebook Live doing card readings just to whoever wanted one. And I was just like, spit one out for me. Just a past, present, future, whatever. Just throw a card out at me. What's up with me? And she read one to me that was so spot on. And after that little card reading, that's when I wrote this down to do this. And she said that she feels, or what she's grasping is that I am a hype girl for so many other people. I am always encouraging, always saying like, go you, I'm so proud of you. I can't believe you're going to do that. I can't believe you got that job. You know, cheer, 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 cheer. But the reality is, I'm not that way towards myself. And she was so spot on with that. She says that I let a lot of things on social media get to me, and I bring a lot of negativity to myself and bring myself down with that. And I was like, wow, you are so right. Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone do a 180 and do a whole new career and is being successful, living their dream, and I am so proud of them. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm back to being a stay-at-home mom. I gave up my career and I have nothing to show for but a lot of student loan debt that I still have to pay off. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get back into the workforce, if I ever can get back into the workforce. So I bring myself down with those things, put myself in ruts, go ghost on the internet because I've brought myself down. And then I pick myself up with this whole, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to be right. It's all okay. And then something else will happen. I'll be like, oh, go her. I'm so proud of her. That's a beautiful house, or that's a nice upgrade. That's a nice handbag, but me. And I'll bring myself down. And I think a lot of people do that. Like, you're positive to everyone, but deep down, it's not jealousy, but it's just like feeling like I can't accomplish that. And that's not true. Anyone can accomplish anything in this world. It's all about putting the effort in. It's all about not giving up. And if you do fail, to keep trying. And with filtering out my Instagram feed, filtering out my social media pages for more positivity, that is where I'm wanting to become also more passionate about what I am wanting to do with my hobbies. So when I say hobbies, my thing is I really enjoy making these vlogs, doing these unboxing videos, try on hauls. I need to really micro focus and find my niche within it and what I'm really wanting to do, how long I'm wanting to do it, what I'm wanting to incorporate. And also with over at Instagram, am I wanting to do in feed posts? Am I wanting to do more reels? How I'm wanting to go towards things. I just really need to get that spark again. I have notebooks and papers over here. Like, there's so many things that I have wrote out and set aside where I came up with concept ideas. I brainstormed posts and reviews and products and this and that and the other, and then I let the ball drop. So I need to go through, literally, it's a stack of stuff that I need to go through, and tabs and post-it notes, and just read through them, circle what I like, X out what I don't like, and find that passion again and come up with a game plan for 2022. Last strong hitting 2022 goals is, it's kind of like a lump sum of stuff. Cut out single-use plastic, find efficient home upgrades for 2022, more sustainable things. Single-use plastic. I'm trying to find ways for our home to try to cut out some of that, like plastic water bottles, as well as like plastic grocery bags. Just little things that we can cut back on that will help a lot. So that's one thing. And then making our home more efficient with upgrades. We have talked about whenever we get our tax refund, going through and changing out all the light bulbs to more eco-efficient ones for our home. We did upgrade to a Nest home system, which has helped. It's helped so much with our energy bill and what type of usage we are doing within our home for just helping cut back on things. So very proud of that. We're going to look into other outlets, our shower head, like getting a shower system put in where it's not using as much water. Also, things that maybe we can cut back on, like outlets that have like timers on them whenever you're not using them and won't continue to drain energy. There's so many different things, even down to the littlest stuff, like considering putting in a compost bin in our backyard just to help compost some stuff that we can end up using towards all of the plants that we are growing as well. So there's lots of little things that we are planning to do whenever it comes to helping make our home more efficient in 2022. I will point out we did put in new blinds in all of the bedrooms, and it's helped a lot. We also use blackout curtains now in a lot of the rooms, and that has helped with keeping heat and cool air and everything like that. There's so many great benefits. Like I said, there is some LTK posts. I'll have them linked below. It's a direct link where you can see some really great things that can help if you are considering getting a more eco-friendly type home system for 2022, or just in general, as well as some other like things that you can be upgrading that will help with your house, your body, your dreams, everything like that. But like I said earlier, I don't want to get too deeply involved on the subject of climate change, global warming, eco-friendly this, eco-friendly that, because there's people whose sole purpose on YouTube, on Instagram, and on the internet that is to bring awareness to that, to bring organizations up to the forefront for anyone to discover and learn more about. Those are the people you need to really get focused with. I'm just wanting to talk about a few projects and organizations and things that I found through my research that I am planning to do for my house in my future. I feel like every single person in the entire world could do one step forward to helping with climate change. And there's so many different things that you could do. That doesn't mean going into like a full climate change frenzy. Just the littlest things, like I said earlier, cutting out single-use plastic water bottles, or going to the grocery store and using your own reusable tote bags. Those little things will do a massive improvement on the world, I promise you. But I listed out a few right down here that I wanted to just chat about really quickly. They're just really kind of basic stuff, but I feel like if it can help inspire anyone who's watching to maybe put that step forward into their lifestyle, I'm all for it. Of course, earlier I said something about reusable tote bags. Those are really handy and neat. You can use that anywhere, from grocery stores to whenever you go shopping at your favorite retailers. Just have your reusable tote bag and request to skip the bag, and that you could carry it out with your own tote bag. It's a really great step forward. The next thing is, of course, volunteering to do things like picking up the beaches, cleaning up areas. Also, if you can't do that type of volunteer work, maybe you're not able to take the time off to do it, and also donate to some of those organizations to help fund that type of project. Definitely do the research though. I know there's a lot of pages and claims out there that people are claiming to do, but they might not actually fork up and do the work for it. So do the research before you're handing your credit card information or actual cash towards a group. But there is a lot of great companies and brands and people out there that are trying to make some improvements. The next thing is something I've actually been doing for years and years, and it wasn't until recently I've realized how great and how like that recycle system I have been doing for so long. I never realized it, but the next thing is resell apps. For years, you guys, I've been reselling some of my gently used clothes or brand new clothes over on Poshmark, and I was always viewing it as, I'm no longer wearing it, it's still really good, let me sell it, make a buck or two off of it, someone gets to have it and use it, hooray, we're all happy. Or bad investment, I bought this, never wore it, let me just sell it and get whatever I can, they get to have it and it's out of my closet and it's, you know, I got free space now. I never realized that that was actually like doing good for the environment and keeping something that is actually perfectly in good condition to continue to wear out of the waste. I can't believe I never noticed it until recently. So that's something I'm going to continue to do for my gently used or new clothing that I never wore. Holly's toys, home decor pieces that I buy that I no longer won't, and even some of our furniture. We do have quite a few pieces of furniture we are eventually planning to upgrade in our home, and things like Facebook Market, Mercari, Poshmark, Vestiaire Collective for your designer goods. that is actually a really sustainable thing to do, is to buy secondhand, because you're keeping things out of the garbage, out of the waste, and you're giving it a second life in your home, which is fantastic. So, and then of course there is the things that you can't sell on a selling app. Maybe clothing that is a little too worn, or like stuffed animals and things like that. That is where, if you have to donate, you could donate items, but just keep in mind a lot of things that do get donated to like the Salvation Army and Goodwill, a lot of it does go in the waste bin. So do the research. There's a lot of organizations that will take things like worn, ripped up clothing, and they'll break that textile down and reuse it in a different way. Things like stuffed animals, towels, and blankets are really great for animal shelters. So you could contact your local shelter and see what type of items they will take in that are secondhand. Or bring those textiles to a place, for example, H&M, that you can return those items. They have like a little bin in their store, and whenever you bring in old clothing, they will give you a voucher discount for something in their store. H&M, I know, is a fast fashion brand, but they do have a sustainable line within their brand, which is a conscious brand. And I love it because the stuff is made from recycled materials. It's 100% linen or 100% cotton, recycled linen. And it's such great quality clothing. It's very affordable. So, and then of course, with those makeup components, this is something I'm really happy about because I've been doing a little bit of research on. I have a list of retailers right here that you can be bringing in your empty makeup components. Some of them, you just bring it in and they will recycle it for you. And some of them will even give you a discount or a free item for doing so. So I wanted to touch base on a few. The first one I noticed in 2021 made an announcement on their Instagram. I liked it. I saved the post. I was so proud. And I'll have their actual website linked below with all the information of all the good things that they're planning to do in the future. And that is Nordstrom. So any empty makeup, skincare, hair care, bottles, containers, components that you have, you could take back to any Nordstrom and they will recycle it for you. Kiehl's and MAC, that you bring their components back only and they will give you a discount for a future one. So I'm really happy about that. There's also brands like Origins, Ilia, Body Shop, and Lush that have a really great recycling program for empty containers. Lush in particular, you need to bring back their exact product containers, and once you bring back 5, you get a free product. Ilia, the Body Shop, you could bring back any empties from any brand and recycle it at their stores. Ilia even has an online form that you could fill out to get the shipping label, and you don't have to pay anything for it. Also, TerraCycle's website has a full list of all the retailers, makeup brand, hair care brands, etc., that you could recycle any of your products to. And they have shipping labels and boxes and everything like that you could pick up through their website. So definitely a really good thing to look into. But yeah, I just wanted to point out a few of those organizations and brands that are doing good. There's also so many others. I feel like I could go on for hours. I just thought of one, Charlotte Tilbury. If you have the plastic magic cream containers, you could send them back once you've used up the product, clean out the container. You could send it back to Charlotte Tilbury and you'll get a discount for a glass component container that has the refillable option. So in the future, you could just buy the cream, put it back into the glass container as a refillable. Also, a lot of her lipsticks are now refillable, as well as other luxury brands like Dior and Chanel are creating refillables. There are so many brands that's doing really good. We just need to continue to uplift them and show them that we are really proud and happy of it. There's lots of great options. I know I'm a little bit rambly right now with this. So sorry about that, but I just feel like every single person in this world could do one step forward with helping with climate change, and it's the littlest things. But to end this video, I want to know, what is your New Year's goals? Do you do New Year's resolutions, or is it just another day and you continue? I personally feel like I have to come up with goals, even if I don't stick to every single one. Just the idea of trying to do a good, new, fresh start, like a clean slate, just is such a uplifting and positive feeling for me. So I told you guys a few of mine. And if I think of any more, I'll have them listed below. I typically come up with 10. There's like 5 or 6 like really firm, heavy hitter ones. And then there's like a couple like fun ones that if I can do, that's great. If not, it's okay type thing. But let me know what yours are and if you do these as well. And if you know of any great, sustainable, positive impact, doing good for the earth things in the fashion world that I may not know about, please let me know below. I would love to know of maybe some sustainable brands I could shop in 2022, as well as maybe if you have done a recycling program through Nordstrom or any of those other makeup brands that I listed. Let me know how that experience was, because I'm really excited about it. I do have a few pots to take to Lush that I plan to do in the near future, so I could get a free face mask. And then I have a basket full of items that I'm planning to take to Nordstrom. So just let's hang out, let's chat. And of course, over on my Instagram, I plan to go into really deep details, and I'm going to maybe post links to these websites of these great clothing, makeup, beauty brands that are doing some good. I'm going to try to spread the word over there on Instagram for 2022, maybe to give some positivity for everyone in the world right now, as well as list out my New Year's goals and see if anyone on my IG page needed some inspo. Maybe my goals might inspire others. So thanks again for watching. And then of course, leave a like, follow along. The next video should be a unboxing video if I have content calendar planned my days out correctly. There should be one soon. So talk to you guys soon, and yeah, bye-bye.